Hello, everyone. How are we all? Hoping you can see and hear me, but please do let me know. As usual, I'm never quite sure. And yeah, looks like I'm live, if what I'm seeing on my iPad is correct. Um, Evening, Sam. Right, let's do a few hellos. Who's here? We've got Jessica's here, Philip's here. Uh, Missed a few people. We've got Ohana. Hello to you. Anna's here. Mariana. Oh, I thought you were already a member. Did you rejoin? Thank you. Thanks for joining, Mariana. Winter's here. Thomas is here. Hello to you. Hi, Sam. I'm glad you can see and hear me. Thank you. I did have a wee fiddle with the focus, but let me know if you can see this fine as well. Hi, Jasmine. Q's here. Hello. Hello from Oregon. Oh, hi. Um, No puzzles to do at the moment. Oh, that's a shame. Yeah, I was reading about your knee there, Jessica. Sorry to hear that. Sounds a bit rubbish. Visual and audio, all good. Good, good, good. Thank you for that. Sarah's here. Hello, hello, Danish puzzler. Hi, Roald. Peacemaker Deb's here, and Angela and Siobhan. Oh, loads of people here. Right. Well, welcome everybody. Welcome back to the Disney Museum. Now, I have like three pieces? No, four pieces of foam board stacked up here. And I have some kind of main ones I want to work on today in terms of the frames. But I've got a bit of gap filling to do first. Now you can see here, look at all these I found from Ariel and all these from Tiana. I went through every piece that I had left and I did a pretty thorough sort. There are still some unsorted pieces, but not many now. I've got a few piles for the frames, but I also found a whole bunch of pieces that I'd missed from the first time around, many of which I have no idea how I missed. I think with the aerial pieces, I think I maybe mistook them for wall, but there were some pieces in there that I found I was like, I really don't know. I must have been tired by the time I reached that point. So yeah, so it, so I'm gonna do a bit of gap filling first. So I'll be shuffling foam boards a little bit to start with, and then I'll put the foam board on the top that I'm gonna work on, which is Mulan and Sleeping Beauty and what was the other one? Oh, the Lady and the Tramp. And I will go through my frame pieces that I've sorted. When I get to that point, I'm going to talk a wee bit about how I figured out what went where and things like that. So I did put a post up with a picture and stuff, and it was all labeled and everything. But I know it's not always easy to see what I'm kind of describing. So I will explain that in a little bit more detail. Definitely is, but my husband's running around after me, so it's great. Oh, that sounds good. Good. I hope he's looking after you. Oh, Hannah, I'm just breaking down the last three bags of my Truffle Disney in the afternoon. I just put them in bags in chunks. So now for the gentle breakdown. Okay. Let's say gentle? Yeah. Hi, Miranda. Yeah, I know. You powered through that puzzle really quick. Like, you just seemed to be like one day, I've done another bag, next day, done another bag. You really did really well with it. It looks great too. Shame about you missing pieces, Ohana. Does it bother you, or was it about what you thought, or um? Right. So, just bear with me one second. I'm just going to see about the. It doesn't seem very. Oh no, it's fine. It's about right. I'm just looking at the numbers on my camera, my remote camera, just to make sure it was kind of bright enough, but it seems fine. Right. So, I will start putting pieces in. Right. So these are all ones I've confirmed as Ariel. There are a few black pieces I found, which might fill in these gaps, but I don't know. So we shall see. There's a few gaps also in Pinocchio that are just kind of black pieces, but there are also some really dark pieces along the center line, which technically would be the wall. So it's a little bit difficult to know which dark pieces are portrait and which ones are part of the center line. So we'll just give it a go. That's got a little tiny bit of green on it. That could mean it's part of Ariel, but it could also mean it's part of Pinocchio. That one might be Pinocchio, actually. Um, anyway, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. There we go. There we go. And the doorbell just went. I hope Jasper gets it. Yeah, he's gone to get it. That'll be Freya. No, that doesn't go there. Well, there's a couple gone in there, so that's good. Hi Laura. Hi Susie. Hi old Vicky. Where where do I find the Discord link, please? Oh, there's one in the description for this live. I usually put one in every live description and I update it. So if you look in the description for this live, um and just scroll down a bit, it'll say join the Discord server and there's a link. Try that, Susie, and let me know if it works for you. I was supposed to be all sorted, ready for tonight, but after a couple of hours, I'm only two-thirds of the way through. Now then, remind me, Thomas, is it a 2K for Colin Thompson? You doing a Colin Thompson? I would imagine that will take a little bit of time to sort. Oh, Hannah, I expected to have some missing, so not surprised. Of course, it would be good to not have any missing, but it doesn't bother me much. It was still only half the price when I bought it. Yeah, yeah, I mean, there was that risk, wasn't there, I suppose, with the bag being open and stuff, but it is a shame. Shame you got them missing. But for half the price, only four, it's not too bad. Currently working on the frames for Belle and Beast, Captain Hook, and Tiana. Yes, I've actually got some separated for these three. That's why I've got them together. But I don't know quite how much of their frames I've got. So that's one of the sort of medium sorted piles, but I lumped the three together. And I'll talk through that when I go through the frame pieces. But brilliant, yeah. So you've done a few frames already, have you, Philip? Had to do it fast. It was taking up half my living room on the foam boards. Yeah, they do that, don't they? Large puzzles. Oh, you're welcome, Susie. Hope it works for you. Gustin, I'm running out of parts of the Star Wars puzzle that aren't just black and dark blue. You're powering through that one too. Everybody's powering through the big puzzles really fast. It's looking great though, Gustin. Have you started on Darth Vader's helmet yet? Or is that still a big gap in the puzzle? 2K Loopy Laboratory. Okay, cool. Right. It sounds fun. I love Colin Thompson. Miranda almost done with the mystery puzzle. Ooh, I like the sound of that. I like the sound of that. Right, so just filling in these really glaring gaps that I somehow missed on my first sort. It's nice though, it's nice to get it filled in. Some on the bottom. Now, speaking of Colin Thompson, there is a poll up on my posts tab on YouTube for which puzzle to do next on my Thursday live streams. If any of you ever join me for the Thursday live streams and you don't know about it, go and have a look. There are, I think, four options, and one of them is a Colin Thompson, which is what reminded me of it. So, yeah, please do go have a look at that and cast your vote if you haven't already. There is oh, yeah, no, that's definitely her. There. There is a Colin Thompson, there's a Demelza Horton, they're all Ravensburgers. There's a Dean McAdam and there's a Lars Stewart. See, another really obvious one there. Where is that? Probably thought that was Wall. Never mind. There. Okay, so that is filled in a few wee bits there, so that's brilliant. I found quite a lot of Tiana as well. But the yellow background on hers sort of blends in with the frame a bit, so that was a bit kind of, I can kind of see why I missed some of these ones at least. But it's nice to get them filled in. And speaking of sorting, as you were, Thomas, I finished sorting my wildlife. Finished sorting my section of wildlife that I've got out. So I got out bag number 10 of wildlife yesterday, and I finished sorting it today. I'm so happy. I'm so happy it's sorted. It was actually quite a good sort. Went well. It went well. Um, but I don't know how long it's going to take me. I'm not sure if this one is as heavy on the green as the other one, or if there's maybe a slightly better balance with it. Um, but yeah, I can't wait. I really can't wait to get started on it. I'm very excited. So I'm just going to move that to one side for a wee second. This was the one I'm going to be working on first with the frames that I'm going to work on. But I do have a couple missing from Milan that I can fill in. And that one, that really obvious one missing from Lady and the Tramp, I found that. Thank goodness. And then see what we've got underneath. Now this is a whiteboard, so it might get a bit blinding for a second. Oh, thank you, SS. Oh, thank you so much. Now Vader is probably last, right? I would imagine that's mostly black and blue though as well, eh? Um, Jessica, it's just difficult walking around at the moment though. Yeah. Do you have stairs in your house? Is it hard going up and down the stairs? Done Mulan, a bit of Ariel, a massive chunk of Lady and the Tramp frame so far, along with what I'm working on now. So yeah, so you like it seems like there are more obvious frames than others. Because there's some of the ones I've picked out too, Philip, like initially to work on. Susie, it worked. I know nothing about Discord, but I'll have a look. See, oh, I didn't when I first started either, Susie. But you know what? You soon get to grips with it. It's really fun. It's really fun. You'll be getting all the welcome messages. Oh, Hannah. Also, anybody who does puzzles on the floor is crazy in my eyes. I only took off the edges and put it together, and then took it apart, thrown in bags, and my back is not happy with me. Yeah, I did a 4,000 pieces on the floor once, and I won't do it again. It was tough. It was tough on my knees. Miranda, I think it has to do with an ice cream shop. Oh, right. What, your mystery puzzle? Um, Winter, can't wait to see more wildlife. I know, I'm so excited. Gustin, I'm thinking of which 9K or 18K to do after Star Wars. I do have the 1611 world map now. So, do you mean after section one or after the whole of Star Wars? Are you just going to do all of Star Wars like in a one-er? I'll just fill these in. I had some pretty obvious glaring pieces of Snow White, but they're filled in now. And I've got this one from the Aristocat filled in, so that's that one. And one more board, also white, sorry. It's a bit tough on the eyes. So now, these two gaps that I've had in Bambi, filled in. That one, filled in. See, how did I miss those? I really don't know. A lot of the Pinocchio ones are just kind of around the edge, the ones I missed of that. So that's fine. That all makes sense. And I'm just going around putting them in just now. There. So that feels so much better to get done. Love gap filling. Love gap filling. Right. So I'm just going to do another swapperoo because it's actually this one I wanted on the top. Oh, it's a little bit. This is the drawback with foam boards. Lots of sort of shifting things around and moving things about. Right, I'm just gonna get rid of. What do I get rid of that? Oh, that's fine. Okay. So let's talk about my sorting, shall we? Hello, Cara. There's always the people who have used Discord for like 8 years who can help. Yeah, absolutely. Well, you all helped me figuring things out. It was a real group team effort. So I'll just tackle this box quickly first because it's fairly self-explanatory. Um, so this pile is everything that's just wall and nothing else. Like there's no frame or anything else on it. It's just wall. This pile here is also wall, but these are pieces that go along the center line. And I know this either because there's like a line that goes down the middle of the piece. I don't know how well you can see that. There's like a line that goes down the middle of the pieces where it's darker on one side and a little lighter on the other. And it's where the two sides meet. Let's see if I can show you on the poster. I'll have to unfold it so you can see what I mean. Um, so here's the center where it folds, but just to the left of that, so technically on the side that I'm doing, is like the edge of this stand that all these pictures are on, and it overlaps this one. So there's actually a line where you can see two different colours. So all of those pieces where that line is are in there. There are also some pieces with the floor because there's a tiny bit of floor at the bottom on the left side. Not much, but just a tiny bit. So I've put those in there too. And the other pieces I've got are the actual centerline pieces, which are in many cases like just black, but I can tell the difference because either the prong or the gap is small where the two center lines meet. There's like the shape of the piece. It's just a bit flatter on one side and the prongs are smaller. So that's how I was able to distinguish those. That's just a whole bunch of pieces that go down the middle, basically. This is leftovers from gap fillers that I've just not quite been able to find yet, but I'll find those at some point. And that might even be a centerline one, I'm not sure. So that's that. That pretty much just kind of puts that one out the way, describes that fairly easily. So I'm going to just get rid of the poster for a second. So, the frames. Here's what I've done so far. So this, where to start? This one, right, the box I'm going to be working out of tonight. These pieces here are the Mulan frame. Now, the reason I was able to find her pieces relatively easily is because her frame is really bright, like a bright, bright yellow. Now, they're all this kind of brass colour, but they've all got varying shades of yellow and brightness to them. And with a lot, it depends on how much detail there is. So, like Snow White's, for example, is fairly dark because it's got all these leaves and things, and it creates all these shadows. So there's quite a lot of kind of brown on it and quite a lot of detail. With Pinocchio, you do have shadows on the left, but mostly it's quite bright as well. So with Mulan, she's under the light. So at the bottom here, you've got a really, really bright yellow that isn't really matched by any of the other frames. So any that I found are just this really bright colour, I knew, or I was fairly certain that they were hers. She also has quite a distinctive wee pattern around the very edge of hers, which was quite easy to pick out as well. So I feel like I've got quite a lot of her frame picked out there. I may have some missorts, and that's fine if I do, because there are other frames with bright bits, but mostly I think I've got hers pretty good. This is Ariel's. Now, Ariel's, I don't think I've got very many. However, the ones I do have, I am about 95% certain that they are hers and correct. So hers, obviously, the standout feature is the pearls with hers. So they're easy to grab, really stand out. The only frame in the whole thing, actually, that has anything other than just brass colour. So I've got all the pearls, obviously, but her frame also has, it's like a little dotty pattern around the very outside. If you think of it like layers, um, with all the frames, there's usually one pattern on the very outside and then another pattern in between them and then another pattern in between that. So often it's a case of recognizing the pattern that belongs to the frame. Now, some of the frames have the same pattern in, so that doesn't help. But this one on the outside of hers was quite obvious, so I put those in there as well. I hope I'm explaining this okay. Just ask me any questions or stop me if I'm not being clear. So it's quite hard to explain. Um, wait a minute. Oh, I've missed some. Can't wait to see more of wildlife. Uh, Vader also has some glare on the helmet, so there's white stripes. Oh, okay. Well, that maybe distinguishes it a bit then. Miranda, you're saying yes to the ice cream shop thing being about your puzzle. Yeah. Guston, right now I want to do all of Star Wars after each other. That might change as I'm doing Vader though. Might put you off. Hello, Darlie. How are you? Susie, I can't believe Discord has been out so long. I just heard of it in the last year. Do you mean my Discord server or the whole of Discord? Yeah, it kind of fell a bit under the radar for me as well, to be honest, because it was I sort of vaguely knew it existed, but I never used it. And then my kids started using it for some reason. I forget why. Um, and then yeah, obviously I kind of twigged onto it, but it wasn't something that I ever really paid much attention to either, Susie. Philip, Vicky, cake and a puzzle. Saturday nights don't get better than this. Vicky, cake and a puzzle, right? I've got you. Oh, I love it. I love it. I've got some minstrels down beside me. Galaxy minstrels, they're like chocolates. Um, Although I can't really eat while I'm live streaming, so I don't really know why I have a snack there. Talk too much, I can't eat at the same time. So what was I going to say? Where was I? Sounds great. Yeah, it does. It sounds amazing. I might have to buy a plastic decorative banner for the final pictures. I'm kind of allergic to real ones. But, oh, banana. Sorry. Oh, I read banner. My goodness, my eyes are so bad. A plastic decorative banana. Yes, okay, that's fine. We can live with that. We can live with that. You're allergic to bananas. I didn't know that was a thing. You can maybe use a different kind of fruit. Do you think? Is there not another cloned fruit that's always is pretty much the same you could use? This is hilarious. I love it. I love the banana for scale thing that we've now all adopted. That's Clark's fault, that is. Darling was working on the Pokemon puzzle. Green is complete and pink is almost done. Did you find the missing piece that you had in from the green? Um, Wolf Supernova. Hello! Discord for the longest time was gaming centric. Yeah, that's why it was created, wasn't it? If you don't mind, I'm just going to move these cables. I forgot to tape them up again. Sorry. Not reorganized, am I? Yeah, I think that's why it has like the little logo it has with the gaming pad because it was like created for gamers, but then it just became kind of all different communities, didn't it? Um, It's branched out since. Yeah, yeah. That's what I understood as well. Is normal for people who were not into gaming to have never heard of it till recently. Oh yes, no, I see what you mean. Yeah, same. I think that's why I didn't really know. I used a cat toy for my banana. Actually, I have a banana cat toy as well. So yeah, that might work. That might work. 'Cause you might not have a cat, but you could buy a cat toy in the shape of a banana. Hi Vicky. Thank you for the gift membership on Thursday's stream. You're welcome. Thanks for joining us today. Hope you enjoy the chat. Yes, I did find the pieces. Good. That's good. Took me a while to find the last few pieces in the green section, but I got there in the end. Nice to be able to chat and join, and watching you do these big puzzles makes me want to do one too. That's the whole idea. Get everyone puzzling along. I love it. Now it's for everything. I have both gaming and book club discords too. Yeah, it's brilliant. I love it. I think it's brilliant. Yeah, I think it's great now it's being used by different communities. Yeah, it's really, really good. So, um, I think I'd explained Ariel. That's where I was before. So I'm just going to go back to explaining the frames. This pile here is probably the one that stood out to me the most, and that is the Lady and the Tramp frame here. Now, this frame is small picture, really chunky frame, but I'm not sure how well you can see on here, but coming out from this middle rectangle is all these lines on each side, and they are very, very obvious to find. There's also a pattern around the outside of this, which is fairly easy to spot, and I found those as well, and I've popped those in. The only bits I might not have are these corners where there's a bit more detail, but I think I'm gonna have most of that frame in this pile. So that was a good sort. The last one in my obvious frame box is Sleeping Beauty, and that's this pile here. Now, Sleeping Beauty, again, if you think of it like layers, the outer layer is quite a distinctive pattern. The one in from that, it's a bit more generic, and I may not have many of those pieces, but then the one in from that again is fairly distinctive. It's like a little twist pattern. Also, the thing about hers is it's quite dark. There's more kind of brown tones on her frame than there are yellowish ones. So I generally knew when I picked a piece out if it belonged to hers because there were just a lot of shadowy areas. And just the kind of the overall color of it. It just made her stand out. Also, it was obvious in some pieces where the rose was, because there's a rose in the corner of hers. So I think I've got quite a few of hers as well. So that's good. That's her pile. So these are the ones I'm going to be starting with, and that's why I've got these pictures out. I haven't got Ariel out. Hers is a big picture, but I doubt I'll get to Ariel's tonight anyway. I'll start with these three. So that's that box. This box. This is a little less detailed, let's say. So this pile here is relatively detailed. This is the Bambi pile, and Bambi's has it's got butterflies in each corner, and it's got all these kind of little swirly shapes. And you can just kind of tell. You can kind of tell. But I know Bambi's is also a really big frame, some really chunky sections on it, and I know I haven't got anywhere near enough pieces for his frame. So I may get a couple of little bits together, but it's not much. So it's a small pile, but that is Bambi. The other ones are mixed. They're mixed up. So this pile here, and I mentioned this earlier when Philip brought it up. These three frames, so Tiana and Hook, they have the exact same frames. And they are also very similar, aside from the little insert, the little circle. their frames are pretty much the same also as Beauty and the Beast. So, what the thing that stood out to me about those frames was this bit on the little flat kind of flat section here inside on the inside. There's this kind of embossed pattern, and it just sort of stood out to me a bit. So it's again hard to describe, but it stood out to me for those and that. So what I think I've got there is some of all three of those. So a bit mixed up. But I do have that board underneath ready just in case I need to have a go at these ones, in case I fly through these, which I don't think I will. This part here is fairly simple. This is corners. This is just whenever I recognize the corner of a frame. It's all the different frames. Whenever I recognize a right angled corner, put it in there. So that's a pile I'll dip in and out of. These ones are what I was looking for here were there's like little circles, little dots all the way around the outside of some of these frames, and they just stood out. They were really obvious. So I thought, right, well, which frame has that? And it turns out that two of them do. Cinderella does, and so does the Aristocat. And it's on the very outside. So I do have some of both of these frames, but I don't have all of both of these frames, just the dots. That's it. So that's separated. This is miscellaneous, probably my most miscellaneous pile. This is pieces where there's just kind of flat yellow, not very much detail, and a lot of these pieces, I think, are probably going to be Pinocchio's. Pinocchio's has a lot of areas where it's just kind of just plain yellow. There's not much pattern going on. And also, obviously, his is it's an oval. I think I wasn't really, I could tell when I was seeing round ones and oval ones as opposed to rectangular ones, but I wasn't really focused on that too much. I knew I wasn't really going to focus on these. So when I do another sort, I'll probably focus a bit more on these rounder oval shaped ones. But I think a lot of those probably will belong to his frame. Maybe some will belong to Ariel and possibly Beauty and the Beast and Cinderella. So it's a bit of a mixed bag, that one. And that's it. I hope that explains it. I hope that explains it fairly well. Um oh, too much talking, too much talking. Right, who's been saying what? Hang on, let me put that away and I will try to catch up. Uh, oh no. There we go. I think it's oh my God, I didn't put a banana on my puzzle today. I did put myself, so hopefully that's enough for scale. I think that's fine. You can use the human on the puzzle for scale as well. Yes. Yeah. That's what I used to do before the banana thing became a thing. Oh dear. Um, a human is also a good way to tell the scale, but humans are all different sizes, unlike a banana. Hi, Tea Time Builds! I love hearing Vicky strategize about her puzzles. Good. I'm glad you do. I'm glad it's not boring. Okay, so I guess now the question is, which one first? I'm thinking Mulan. I'm thinking Mulan. So I'm gonna move Sleeping Beauty over here and put the Lady and the Tramp will be a wee bit obscured there. I'll have the poster there, and I'll just put Mulan sort of somewhere in the middle-ish. And I'll grab these pieces out. Now, these frames, they don't seem like a big thing. When you look at the picture as a whole, you know, your focus is on the portraits, but they take up so much space. So once her frame's done, this is probably going to be about double the size. So I need to make sure I've got enough space. In fact, once the frames really start to get big on all of these, portraits, I'm gonna have to start looking at bigger pieces of foam board, I think. Um, which I'll need to buy because I don't have foam board bigger than the what I've got at the moment. So anyway, I'll cross that bridge when I come to it. It's really warm in here. Mind you, we have had hot weather here. Hello, Sybil. How are you? All right. So, I mean, a good way to go is just to kind of figure out, like I said, that like the layers, um, the different kind of rows of things inside one inside the other. The very outer layer is really obvious on Mulan. So I'm going to pick out those first. It's got this kind of quite ornate pattern on the outside. And another thing, oh, well, that was handy. Another thing that you can use in these is, and this is kind of by way of orientation, because these frames, the way you're looking at them, they're like angled down. So the lines go, if they're at the top or bottom of the frame, they go down on a diagonal. If it's at the side of the frame, then they're straight. So these pieces will go either that side or that side. That piece will go probably at the top. That'll be one of the side pieces. So there are ways you can kind of orient yourself a bit with this puzzle as well. Orient the pieces. I don't think that belongs with this. I want to put it there. That's really super bright. Now, the bottom of the Mulan picture is probably the brightest. I think that's where it's catching the most light. That's straight, so that'll go on one of the sides. Just not sure which yet. Nope. Alright, I'm just gonna I don't know if these go that side or that side, but I'm just kind of lining them up at the minute. Don't think that's going to attach yet. Not certain if that is hers. I think that actually might belong to Lady and the Tramp. That's a corner. If I found a corner and I knew where it belonged, then I would put it with the relevant frame. That I'm not certain. And that I'm not certain. I mean, I'm well aware that there will likely be missorts here, but if there are, that's fine. I can just put them in a leftovers pile. I think that might actually go at the side. Which side though? Not sure about that one. I always have leftover piles with my large piece counts. So this, I mean, I'm gonna be slowing right down doing these frames. So I'm under no illusions. It's not gonna be as quick as the portraits were. But if I can get a good bunch of these ones together, at least today, that would be good, I think, to get 3 frames kind of really kind of well done. There we are, there's one there. There. So I have some corner pieces, but I've obviously I've known that they belong to her, so I've put it in this pile. There's some funny shaped ones here. There we go. They go together. So does that go this side? Yes, it does. There we go. So now I know it's about 2. That side is about 2 layers. There is kind of the edge of the frame there that I probably won't have, but that's good to know. That's good to know. And it also helps me figure out which of these outer pieces goes this side and which goes that side. Because I can figure out how much is on the piece. Like there's probably too much on that piece, so I think that probably goes that side. Same with that one. There. So it's coming together now then. I don't think that belongs to Mulan. I'm just going to put, these are the kind of the very edge of the frame. I'm just going to put those up there. That one, I don't think belongs to Mulan. There we are. Oh, there's actually a little bit of the portrait in that one. You can just see it. Oh, oh right. I thought that was a bit portrait there, but it's not. It's actually another frame. There's two frames in one piece there. I don't know if this belongs to her frame though. I think it might not. Pretty sure this does though. I think that is that side. That's angling the wrong way, so I don't think that goes with hers. This does. Not there though. There. Okay. Okay, this is giving me heart. It's actually coming together. That's good. There. There, they go together. Have you seen all of the Disney movies that are shown in this puzzle? I watch all of them while I puzzled and figured out I never saw Aristocats, Mulan, or Hercules. All great movies. Yeah, I've seen Lady and the Tramp. I've seen Sleeping Beauty. I do you know I don't I've not seen is it The Princess and the Frog that Tiana's in? I've not seen that. I think I've seen the Aristocats once, but it was ages ago. And I think I might have seen Mulan, although I'm not entirely sure if I have or not, to be fair. So possibly there's two I haven't seen. Possibly Mulan, and definitely not The Princess and the Frog, but all the other ones I've seen. It's been a while though. It's been a long time. I'm trying to think what I've seen most recently. Probably Beauty and the Beast. It says back at you. Yes, but I'm old and already forgot all of them all. I've forgot a lot of them too. Hi Neve, how are you? I don't remember any Disney movie. Does that mean you've not seen them, or that you've seen them but you just can't remember them? Right, I'm just gonna put it back that way so I can see the Mulan frame. Yeah, I loved Disney growing up. I loved the movies. I really liked the ones with the songs. It was when I was growing up. It was like Aladdin. I loved that. I loved oh, what else? I loved Beauty and the Beast. I loved The Lion King. Um, Aladdin was a big one that sticks in my head. I really enjoyed that. Oh, you forgot the movies. Yeah. There's so many of them though. And then there seemed to be a few. Oh, and The Little Mermaid. I enjoyed that one. That was another one with lots of singing. And it seemed to be a few then that came out where there wasn't much singing, and then a bunch more that came out with loads of singing. So you had Frozen and stuff, which obviously was huge. Um, so yeah. No, I did, and we were talking about this last week, but I really enjoyed. I got somebody bought me, and I forget who. Wish I could remember who. Somebody bought me a VHS tape with The Sword in the Stone, and I watched that. I loved it. I've watched it so many times, and I just love that movie. Although Sword in the Stone isn't represented on this puzzle, we were getting into a discussion about that. I seem to remember a few of us, and yeah, it really took me back. Such a great Disney movie. Just kind of not as well known, I guess. No, that goes at the bottom, but not. I can't fit it in yet. Wait, that goes there. And that one goes there. So where's that then? Maybe that goes there. Wait, there we go. That goes there. Think I can fit those on yet. Not certain that that goes with this. I think this one does. Hmm. No. Think about that one. Is that go up there? This one isn't forced to go with this one either. It might. I'm not sure actually now. Ah, yeah, it goes down in this corner. Okay, right. So that goes there, I think. That's why I couldn't figure out where that bit went. There we go. It's filling out. Get in there. So how's your I don't know if you're still here, Ula. How's yours coming along? How are your frames going? Um, Me too, I love watching her. Oh, watching me or watching one of the Disney films. Saw them when I was little, but don't remember them. Yeah, there's a lot I don't remember, except the ones I watched, several times. I remember those pretty well. Is that I think that was going here. There. That's it. There we are. That goes there. I think. Well, that goes this side, but I can't fit it in yet. Got a row of pieces coming together here, but I can't attach them yet, I don't think. Wait, does that go there? Yay! Okay. Got that bit in. That's good. I haven't seen any of these Disney movies. My mum used to read the stories to me and my brother when we were children, and I saw Cinderella and Beauty and the Beast as cartoon. Yeah, I don't know if I ever had the stories read to me or not. Can't remember. I've seen all the originals and the remakes. I remember parts of Sword in the Stone. I really liked that one as a little one. It's just so funny. The characters in it are so good. Never heard of it. What, the Sword in the Stone? It's the one with Merlin the magician and wee Arthur, and he pulls the sword out at the end. And the talking owl, gosh, he's so funny. They do include Merlin in the Disney Dreamlight Valley video game, which I think is nice. A little recognition of Sword in the Stone. He's so brilliant, isn't he? The songs in that were good too. They have it on Disney Plus. I might watch it tomorrow to see what you're talking about. 1963. It always surprises me how old some of the classic Disney movies are. Is it really 63? My gosh. It's brilliant. Yeah, watch it, Ohana. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. When is she going to start the big Star Wars puzzle? Me? Well, I don't know yet, but it's not going to be too long. Get the popcorn ready while you get the popcorn ready. You're gonna love it. Yeah, I agree. I think you will. I think you will, Ohana. It's brilliant. Um, so when am I going to start Star Wars puzzle? Yeah, good question. I'm working on wildlife just now. I've started section 10, and when I've done section 10, I'm gonna be I'm gonna be opening up section 8, and when I've done section 8, I'm gonna be opening up section 9. My goal is to finish that puzzle now. Um, before I start anything else. After that, it is entirely possible that I might make a start on Star Wars, but I did say I would probably do, having said that, I did say I would probably do Downtown. So it's oh gosh, I've just got so many I really want to get done. It's just I need more me's, more like some clones of me, and more puzzle rooms, and then I should be fine. Should be able to just work on all of them. Just have this same setup just about 3 times over, and then that'll be fine. I could churn them out a bit faster. um, I'm just back at it in the last hour or so. I'm putting together Little Mermaid, then I can start sorting frames. Hope to catch up to you next weekend. Oh, right, okay, you're still on the portraits. Oh, I thought you'd finished the portraits. I don't know why I thought that, but I might be getting you mixed up with Claudia. Well, actually, I think Claudia's finished entirely. She finished her section entirely, although she really did hers fast. Lol, no problem. Yeah, it's just oh gosh, I've got so many I want to do and get started and work on. I've got so many lovely puzzles. That doesn't go there. Maybe that goes there. I would like to. I mean, I think that is going to skip the queue. In terms of large piece counts, but it oh, it doesn't go there yet. But I'm supposed to be doing a puzzle along on the downtown puzzle, the 6,000 piece downtown by Clementoni, which is a gorgeous puzzle, and I can't wait to do that either. And in fairness, that has been in my collection for longer than the Star Wars puzzle, so that might end up coming first, but I'll go as quick as I can. I promise. No, there. Oh, this is good. This is coming together nicely. I'm really quite liking this. I don't think that belongs to this. Yeah. So, speaking of large piece counts, I have scheduled the Piatnik premiere for the full time lapse video. So I've made the video and I've uploaded it, and it's all scheduled for tomorrow. So at 9 o'clock tomorrow, UK time, it will be the full time lapse with the close ups, just like what I did with the Magical Dragon Forest. And I'm doing it as a premiere. So if you haven't gone on and clicked to notify me yet, then pop over and find it and click notify me because it's gonna be good. It's a good one. Such a lovely puzzle to see coming together. Just so detailed, so many details on it. Um, and I can't wait. I can't wait to sit and watch it with you all. So if you can make that, that'd be brilliant. And that is, yeah, as I say, that's scheduled and it's up tomorrow, 9 o'clock my time. If you look, if you click notify me, it should tell you on the screen when it starts in your time zone. So I only put that up today, so I wanted to remind myself to tell you, and I've remembered, so that's good. Right, so I'm now pretty much just filling in the edges. I've got a couple missing of these. I might find that one in the corners pile, so I'll raid that one and see. Oh wait, well, I've still got some turned over there. There we go. Speaking too soon. What's wrong with this? That I think does. Yes. Here we are. And I do a little bit of a voiceover in that as well, talking a little bit about playing cards and the origins and things. It's quite interesting, quite fascinating. So hopefully you'll enjoy that. So I'm just getting some of these edge bits in now. Hers is really looking a lot more complete, so that's great. Don't know if I can get that bit in. Nope. It might get there. Even the very tip of that one. I mean, that's edge above that, so I'm not going to get anything more up there. Then, no, no, I think that must go there because I can't. I've got that bit missing, so I can't put it in. Urgh, that's frustrating. Never mind. Never mind. Well, there we have it. They're all my Milan pieces that I got out. That's not bad. I think that's pretty good. Um, wait, what are we saying? We all could use a twin. We both be doing the ones we want to get done. Yeah, I know. Do have to admit, I love the songs. Yeah, so catchy, aren't they? Utilize your offspring. Enroll your son on a video editing course. Do you know, I keep trying to encourage him to do it like a course, a video editing course. He probably could do quite a good job, but he uses different software to me, and he edits different kinds of videos. But yeah, I know, and Freya sometimes helps me with arty things, coming up with designs or thumbnails and stuff. But they're not overly bothered. Trying to get them to help me is getting harder and harder. The older they get. The Disney songs are actually the best part. Turns out the stories are all a little not always making sense. Yeah, well, that's true. Got to suspend the disbelief. Hello! A little late to the party, but finally here as well. Hi, Claudia, how are you? I keep seeing the flat pieces for Pinocchio's frame, so working on that now. Yeah, yeah, a lot of those are kind of flat, aren't they? That's what I was talking about earlier. I think I've got a lot in that miscellaneous pile of his frame. But right, so now these are leftovers. I'm going to need to relocate them. But I'm just going to put them in Just in a separate leftovers pile for now, rather than just dump them back in the box, like back in the main box. I'll stick them in this corner, which is where they were before. That definitely belongs to her, but I can't actually attach it, so I'm just going to leave that there. So now I think I might do. Well, hang on. I just want to see if I've got this in the corners pile because I might even have that bit. It's frustrating me having that gap, and I might have it out, but not no. Oh, there we go. Oh, I still can't attach it. Mm. Wait, no, that definitely doesn't. No, that definitely goes up there. Oh well, found that anyway at least. And let's see. Move over a bit. So I'm looking for a 3 outs, 1 in. I think that goes with that. Oh, I'm getting these mixed up. I'm not sure why that's even in there. Ah, there it is. Yay! Okay, that's good. So maybe I've got that bit. 1 second. Looks like, well, that's either a 4 ins or a 3 ins, 1 out. Nope. 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 Always better if we can fill in some gaps. This is why the corners pile is just handy because you can just pop in there and have a look and see if you've. That's the wrong shape. Wait. There it is. Yay! Okay, so if you're doing this and you're stuck on the frames, make a corners pile. It helps. I think that belongs with Lady and the Tramp. So I think I'm going to do Lady and the Tramp next. And we will put Mulan there. Lady and the Tramp's on the bottom part of the poster. Okay, I'm running out of space already. Hopeful I've not got many gaps in this one, but as I said earlier, I suspect I'll just have the 4 corners probably look a bit gappy. And the rest should come together quite nicely. There we go. Oh gosh, it really is warm in here. I think it's these lights and all the equipment shining on me. I'm really warm. Doing great. Tape Disney Museum, and I'm building the 3D Diagon Alley from Rabbit. Brilliant. Oh, I like Rabbit 3D. I've got one of their puzzles waiting to do. And I keep seeing it sitting, and I'm like, oh, I fancy giving that a go. So, what we've got here is basically a lot of lines. I mean, you can do the same thing with regards to the angles. This one angles up the way. So, some of these will go top to bottom, and some will go left and right. I suspect they go left and right. Excuse me. Um, I think this frame might be just slightly more difficult than Mulan. It's just not quite as easy to distinguish where bits go. Right, that's the very outside edge. That I'm not certain if it belongs to. That's very dark, so that'll probably be this side. I'm just going to put them up here so I can see them more easily. That's heading towards a corner. You can just see some of the wee leafy bits. Must admit, I was quite nervous about starting the frames. Not because of them being, like, being worried about them being difficult. I just kind of, I don't know. I wondered how much of a faff they were going to be to build on a live stream. And so far, so good. But yeah, I was a little bit sort of nervous about it. I think some of the harder frames are going to take some time. But I'm hopeful that with these pieces going in, it just the other ones will become more clear, if you see what I mean, what belongs with what, and I can do a bit more sorting, and it'd be fine. Got some corners. Keep okay. So I am okay. So what I'm noticing with this one is there's like because it kind of curves in the frame, the way the light's shining on it, there's like a bright yellow going along the middle. So that's helping me to kind of figure out where these pieces go. But I think it's going to be a little bit before I can start attaching to the actual. Oh, wait. Oh, she said. I managed to attach it. That's good. I'm not certain that's the right piece. It looks right, but I don't know if it is. Okay, so that was good. Got it in, got it in. Um, kind of thought this was going to come together separate from the picture itself, but it seems to be going okay. That's the outside edge. This thing's moving around. Ah, there we go. This is less yellow at the top. There's more yellow down here at the bottom. This is more kind of whitish brown. There we go. Alright, so this isn't going too bad. I think that goes somewhere along there. Again, these are quite dark, so I think they go on the right hand side. And that goes up at an angle, so my guess is that goes down here somewhere. That also goes at an angle. Hmm. Maybe that goes. Oh, don't know. Don't know about that one. No, but I think that goes along there somewhere. I've count one. I think I said Brill earlier as well. Since I was watching Mulan for the first time, I kept thinking, why does the dragon Mushu sound familiar? And I figured out it sounds like Donkey from Shrek because it's voiced by Eddie Murphy as well. Yes, that's right. He basically just uses his own voice, doesn't he? He doesn't kind of put one on for it. I do like I do like him as the donkey in Shrek though. Like the character's fun. Right, that's quite bright. Where's the brightest? I think it might be this side there. Yeah. Hmm. That doesn't look the top or the bottom. Don't know. Not even certain if that belongs to this one. Right, where are you? You're a big piece. Where do you go? Hmm. I need to start getting some in now. There we go. Oh, is that right? Yeah, there, that goes there. That one, I'm not sure. Oh, that goes there. Oh, gone into concentration mode. That doesn't belong with this. Let's try to put that there. Um, Bath count one. Oh dear. Not that we're counting or anything. Hmm. It'd probably be easier if I just turn them all over first instead of just doing one at a time and trying to find where it goes. I guess I feel slightly less overwhelmed that way. When I'm not just staring at a bunch of pieces and just kind of deal with what's in front of me first. So that, I think, goes down this side. Looks like. Although it does get quite dark on that side. Maybe it doesn't. It might go this side. I'm pretty sure it goes either left or right because it doesn't angle that one. I think that is one of the corner bits. I think that might go. Hmm. Oh, oh, darn it. I thought I'd found it. I didn't. These bits all look very similar. It might go there. Or a bit further up. I must admit, I instantly lost interest in the live action Mulan when they didn't add a comedic sidekick, Tiny Dragon, lol. You've got to have that! But the sidekicks are the most fun part of all the movies. How can they leave it out? They also usually have part in the story. Yeah, absolutely right. I agree completely. Lol, they wanted to go a more serious direction, but honestly, the dragon was the highlight of the original. At least Kid Me thought so, lol. I think probably all the adults do too. To me, it is even today, in some like Pocahontas, it's not that important, but where they talk, I want them in. Yeah, I agree. I agree with you. My cat is asleep on her bed, bless. Oh, hee hee. I don't know where Grace is. I'm assuming he's asleep somewhere. Jasmine, hope we love a peaceful sleeping cat. Thank you, Vicky, for the time you spend with us. Oh, you're welcome. Thanks. Thank you for joining me. I think it's great that you want to sit with me every Saturday and watch me puzzle. I love it. Yeah, she's Brill. Did I say it right? You did. You absolutely did. In fact, that was the perfect use of the word Brill. 10 out of 10. One of my cats is currently on our wardrobe in the hallway, and he doesn't want to get down, but he also doesn't want to be alone, so he yells at me every time I walk by. Lots of fun all evening. Yells at you. I love it. Oi, look at me. Right. Um, does that go? No, it doesn't. I don't know if this goes down here, maybe. Wait. Oh, well, that goes there. No, it doesn't. Oh, hmm. I think that goes down there. Ha! No. Ha! Yes. I need to stop making wee triumphant noises before I've actually put the piece in. There we go. That's the puzzle's way of saying to me, that'll teach you. That'll teach you to think that you've won when you haven't. There. Got a little bit coming together there. Yeah, okay. That's good. So, it doesn't go there. Does this? Ah, yes, that goes there. I think that might sit there, but I don't have that bit yet. That might go there. Yeah, this, I mean, it's coming, but it's definitely trickier than the Mulan portrait. The frame is definitely trickier. This side. No. Right. That might go over here. It's a tricky one, this one. That's a corner. I think it's that one. Wait, that goes that way. Yay. Okay, good. Ha. Yes. I need to find that bit. And it must be in here somewhere. I won't have mistaken that for anything else. That bit there. Don't want to go charging ahead though and getting all flustered. Ha! No. Wait. Nope. There. Alright, roughly the right area, just not where I thought it went. I guess there. That one in, and that one. Oh, okay, we've got a nice line of them coming together here. I can't tell if they go top, bottom, or I think it might go at the top. Does that go there? Oh, it does. Okay, that's good. So then I think that might go there somewhere. I think goes this side. Okay. Um, I look forward to seeing you live on a Thursday and Saturday. Oh, thanks, Jasmine. I'm glad you do. Have you made your vote? Have you cast your vote for the Thursday puzzle yet? It's over in the posts tab. I'm such an introvert, and this is exactly what I want to be doing on a Saturday evening. My club is the puzzle club. Oh, me too. Oh, I bet mine too. That's why I do it. I love it. I absolutely love it. It's just, I mean, what a fun group of people, though. You all are. There. It's coming. Right, I'm beginning to wonder if this goes. Ah, it does. There we are. Okay, that's good. That filled in a little gap. I'm glad I found my people. Yeah, me too. Absolutely. I feel the exact same, SS. I mean, I'm the one in front of the camera, but I feel the same way you do. Um, I went full focus mode here too. Suddenly got many pieces in a row in on Beauty and the Beast. Love when that happens. Yeah, me too. See, oh, you're working on your 40k. That's so good. My vote's in. Good, good. I'm glad you made your vote. SS and Winter, me three. Me too, darling. That's a big frame. Yeah, it is. It is. I'm glad you all feel that way. Oh. Um, yeah, it is a really big frame. Here we go. Found that piece. That attaches that. That's good. And some of these pieces might go, well, there we go. So the pieces at the bottom are very similar to the ones at the top, so it's hard to know where I'm at. I mean, I'm thinking these might go along the side. Oh, that bit goes there. Bit goes there. Okay, that's good. There we are. Let's put this. Now then, where does that go? It might go this side. Oh, no. Oh, that goes there. Oh, that goes there. Yes, that's there. Right, I think that goes there somewhere. I'm just not sure exactly where. Wait a minute. Ah, there. Sometimes I can't tell if a piece is on the inside of it or on the outside of it, and I've just got to flip it round. Takes a minute to figure that out sometimes. Nope. So they're really dark pieces. Where were they? Ah, there, they go there. I think that might go there. Mm. No, no. Ah, there, here's that. I'm pretty certain that is at the top because it's quite bright at the top. Yeah, from there. Now then, I've got that the wrong way round. That attaches there. So now then, I have some pieces of that in here. Well, I missorted it for Mulan. There's one. There's another one. If I've got any more than that. I think that might belong up here. Ah, there's another one. So that's why I kept them separate because I wondered um if I would find them in another frame I was working on today. So I'm pleased about that. Managed to get a couple of those bits in. Just helps to keep it all together so I've not got loose pieces. I will go to sleep now. It's 12:30 a.m. here. Oh, it's 10:30 here, so you're 2 hours ahead of us then. I have to wake up really early in the morning. Have a great evening, night, and thank you, Vicky, for another great live stream. Oh, sweet dreams. Sweet dreams, Anna. I hope you have a good night's sleep. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for staying so late to be with us. Gosh, that is late, isn't it? Okay, so this one. Ah, no, I think this belongs over here. No. Ah, so some of these actually belong over there. Um, so that, there we go. Pardon me? And that's either going to go top or bottom because it's slanty. It's just there. So, huh, goes there. Wait. Now then, does that go this side? Yes, it does. There we go. That touches that. We're getting there. Now then, you go there. And you, where do you go? No, I think that goes up here somewhere. Wait, I think that's further along than I'm thinking. And that, I think, goes there. That's the outside of the frame, I think. 'Cause I've got corners here that I'm dealing with, but some of them are kind of internal corners and some are external ones. Ah, what was there? It's there. I'm hoping to get more filled in than this. Wait, no. There. There we go. Not got that many pieces left though. Okay. Well, let's see what we can do with these. That's hard to tell. That one. That goes down here. somewhere. Can't attach it yet. And so does that one. There. There we go. That goes down here somewhere. I don't think that belongs to this. I think this does, I just don't know where it goes. Maybe there? That one I'm not sure. Yeah. That's down here somewhere, I think. Or possibly up here. Not sure yet. There. Got a little row of them there. That one. Don't think that belongs with this. I need to stop finding pieces that don't attach. Come on. Oh, that attaches, that's good. Right. No. Yes. Yes. Okay, this is good. Wait a minute. I think that goes this side, does it? Well, maybe it goes that side, but further up. That goes. Oh, that's in wrong. Oh, where do you go then? Oh, you fit there. Wait, and then that goes there. No, it doesn't. Oh, okay. There. Oh, I'm running out of pieces. I really hoped that this would be more formed than it is. Hmm. Um. Yeah, so happy to be working on it again. Have another even more crazy, good crazy week. Oh, so enjoying puzzling before then. Good crazy how. Yeah, you've had loads going on, haven't you, Winter? I will go to sleep now. Oh, I've read that. I've gone backwards. Sybil, I started my first Castellan puzzle. It is 1,000 called Burano Colours Italy. Oh, that sounds nice. I've still not tried a Castellan yet. Pardon me, sorry. I'll need to give one a go. Looked it up. It looks nice. Vicky, how are you finding the frames second time around? About the same. Well, they're a bit less overwhelming, because of the fact that I'm not mixed them. But I don't know if this belongs with this or not. I don't think it does. But I'm still, having the same kind of thought processes and realizing the same things as I did last time, really. So it's yeah. But I still don't believe that they are, horrendous and kind of impossible, if you see what I mean. I think that I remember from last time that they are sortable and that there are patterns you can focus on and follow and things. So I wasn't too worried about that. I just couldn't really remember the order of things that I did last time. Right, so um, I have pieces that I know belong with this, but I can't attach yet, which is a real shame. Because a lot of them will attach. I think this, yeah, I don't think this goes with this. But it might possibly go this side. I don't know. But yeah, I don't think these two go with it. That's all I've managed to find of the Lady and the Tramp. Now, I did say these pieces would probably be quite gappy, and that's clearly the case. But I've got a few gaps here, and it'd be good if I could finish this outer border. Because I found quite a few of those, so I don't see how I missed a bunch of them. But this is stuff I'll pick up on the next round of sorting, though. Um, just like I did with the portraits, and then I can fill some gaps in. Um, so yeah, that one's got a bit of a frame, but not quite as fully formed as I would have liked. I think it's not being able to attach these floaty bits that kind of frustrates me a bit. But anyway, what do you think to that? That's the Lady and the Tramp one done as far as I can do it. What I'll do is I'll have another hunt through the corners again, and then hopefully I could see. Now then, have I got that bit? There we go. Hopefully I can see if there's any pieces that I've not got in that pile. So these are the corners here. So I've spotted one already there. So that's good. I mean, some of the I've got some corners in some of the bits. There's one. So it's handy. It's handy having a weak corners pile. No, no, that. Oh, that does. That goes with this one. Still can't attach, but it goes. It looks like that might as well. Ha. Yeah. No, no, I don't think that belongs with this. No, I don't think that does either. That one does. That goes down here somewhere. Again, it's just another floaty one. I can't fit it in. Ah, it's frustrating. Never mind. Oh, no. I think that might belong to Sleeping Beauty. Getting there, slow but sure. It looks like it could belong to this, but I don't see what corner it would go with. Wait, there, it goes there. Okay, so that having this corner pile's been really handy. No, that's not it. Oh, I've just found a Mulan one. Oh, there's another one. And that fits in there, so that helps. Nope. Nope. No. Ah, there's another one. Oh, found loads for this. Oh, that. I think that's possibly Milan, that one. Don't know about that one. Um, yeah, that's it. So, I found a good few of in the corner pile of that one. So that was good. So now, gosh, these are taking up so much space. I'm running out of room. Um, how will I do this? Right, I think I'm gonna turn this one around. Oh, did I just drop a bit there? No, I didn't. Thought I dropped a bit. And I'm gonna move this over. It's slightly frustrating having these loose bits, but never mind. Can't be helped. And then these. It's there. That one goes around about there somewhere. So these are the Milan pieces. So now, time for Sleeping Beauty. And this is quite a big picture. It's not a really chunky frame, not as chunky as this one, but it's a big portrait. So there's quite a few pieces here. No idea how long this is going to take me. What time are we now? 10 to 11. So we're approaching the 2 hour mark. Well, I'll just see what I can finish. And if I don't quite get it all done, then that's fine. I can just continue next time. As long as I've got enough to be getting on with. And then I think what I'm going to need to do is do another sort and just try and go a bit more detailed on maybe Ariel's frame. See if I can find the gaps for the frames I've done. And yeah, just kind of just see where I can see what I can find with another sort. Now then, I feel like I've done this the wrong way around a bit. I'm gonna have to bring the pieces down a bit closer to me. And her frame just touches the bottom edge as well. So that's something to think about. Oh, that was a good start. Um, I think that might go down in this corner. There, we've got Rose there. Okay, right. That's a bit of the rose. So it's going to be tough to figure out what goes where with this one. Um, in that instance, you can actually see some of the portrait there. So maybe I need to focus on, like, so the inner border is the twisty pattern. So maybe I need to focus on that. Just find the twisty pattern if I can, and then build outwards. That's going to be the way forward with this frame. That's the outer border, that one. That's the outer border. That's kind of the middle. That's got some of the portrait on it. This is the rose here that I've put in this corner. That's the outer border. Outer border. Outer. Outer. Ah, here's the twisty one. Let's see. Ah, just gonna put that with that one for now. Okay, that's the twisty. There we go. Yeah, so I think that's the way forward with this. Just working my way out. I think that's got a bit of rose on it. Yeah. Oh. Okay, that was in the wrong pile entirely. I don't know. Yeah, wishful thinking there, I think. That's the rose. Oh, there's a twisty bit. So that goes near to the portrait, I think. Is that the twisty bit? I think that's the twisty bit. Oh, there, goes at the bottom. Well, it's time consuming, but I think I'm on the right track here. Um, doing it this way. It just means I've got to sift through them all, you know? Ah, there we go. Till I find the right piece. Wait a minute. Oh, does that go there? Yes, I think it does. That's a twisty bit. There, that's a corner. Oh, okay. And a little bit of mis-sorting across these two, which I wasn't expecting. Okay, that goes down here somewhere. Side edge. Uh, there we go. So yeah, slow going, but at least it is going. Outside, outside, outside. That I don't know if that's even in the right pile. Not got many of the sort of middle bit, but they're what I would call the non-detailed sort of flat pieces. So it could be that some of those are in with that miscellaneous pile. That's a bit of the rose. There we go. In some cases, I'm actually seeing a tiny bit of the portrait, so that gives it away. There we go. And as I said earlier, it's a very, very shadowed portrait, this one. I guess because it's at the very bottom. So you you don't really see as many of the bright colours in this one. It's coming though. Getting there. Just need to be organised, really. I don't know about that one. There. Either the files have got mixed up or I've just been cross-sorting with these two. That's like three I've found from that one in this pile. Um, the US Nationals changed a rule so that any two pieces instead of three count as part of a puzzle rather than unfinished puzzle. Would that change after anyone's puzzle style? How do you mean? Would that change after anyone's puzzle style? Not sure what you mean, but I didn't know that. That's interesting. Are they doing that at Worlds too? Hi B, how you doing? SS, so far it's been fun. It's my nephew 5-year birthday. Several small celebrations, then National Day and Eurovision. Oh yeah, we were talking about that on Thursday, weren't we? About Eurovision. Glad you liked the puzzle. I have the same problem with Lady and the Tramp. The sides were easy to find, some of the corners done. Pieces don't jump out as much to me. Yeah, no, I agree. The outside border did, um, but I could probably find a few more if I do another hunt for those. I'm off to bed, I'm tired, as it's 10 to 11. Good night, Jasmine. Thanks for joining. Thanks for being with us. Happy Mum's Day for the ones watching from USA. Oh, yes. I meant to say that. You know, before I came onto the live, I was like, oh, I must wish everyone a happy Mother's Day, you know, all the mums, because it's tomorrow, isn't it? Um, I mean, it's ours in the UK has been and gone, but I know for much of the world it's tomorrow. So happy Mother's Day to you all, to all the mamas. I hope you have a really nice day. No. Yes. There we go. That's a bit of twisty. There. Not got many yet, but there's a few of the rose pieces going in. Oh, there. Is there? Oh, okay. Yes, mom of two. My two dogs never get me anything. I know Grace never gets me anything either. My kids got me. Well, Jasper did. Don't know if Freya did. I think she was saving though. But yes, Grace always forgets Mother's Day. How dare he? Okay, I'm just still going with the same strategy, just looking for the little twisty pattern on the inside border and just building my way out that way. I'm not sure that goes with this. Oh, that's definitely there. We've got some of the rows together, so that was good. Ah, there's a bit more of the rows, I think. Oh wait, there. Not so, okay, I had that the wrong way around. Okay, so I'm starting to get some of these in now. Some of them might not even belong in this. Might not even belong in this frame. Okay, so I'm starting to spot some of the outer pieces now as well, so that's good. Definitely you don't go there, do you? Right, wait, hang on. There. Sit. Oh, I'm talking to the puzzle again. I don't think it always hears me. There we go. There. That's a little bit of the twist. There. There we go. Oh, this is good. I'm enjoying this. I love it when it starts coming together. It's very satisfying. Oh, got a few pieces missing there, so. Ah, that's a twisty bit. There. That's it. Yeah. Cool. I'm quite pleased with how this has gone. It's not gone too badly. No. Will I find that bit? Hang on. Where do you go? There, at the top. Oh, that's a bit of the actual portrait there. And I managed to get that bit in. Mm, I'm not certain this bit even belongs here. I did have some pieces up here that I didn't think belonged, but they've all got a bit mixed up again. Stick those there. Don't think that belongs with it either. That, there we go. That was entirely wrong. That was a Mulan one. Nope. No. Oh, wait, there. That's a bit of the rose. That threw me off a bit, that did. There, that goes then. That goes there. Another bit of the rose. Okay. I was getting a little confused there as to where these bits went. I found those two. Not sure where that bit goes yet. Wait, that's there. Okay, this is going good. Okay. And that bit, don't know if that even goes in here. No, I don't think it does actually. Another one I've got wrong. Same with that one. I think these two, I don't think they go with this either. This one goes down here. Ooh. Oh, this one's been tiring me out. There, that bit goes then. Where do you go? There. Okay, so I think I've got most of that twisty bit now, if not all of it. A couple of bits here. Ah, there's one. There's the other one. So now I'm working my way out. I have already done some of that middle layer. So I just have a lot of the outer layer to put in. So, I mean, what time are we? 12 minutes past 11. So I aim to try and get rid of all these pieces. I'm hopeful that it won't take me too long now. And then finish there. Because I think what is there? I think I'm putting it together relatively quickly now. And the bits that go at the top and the bottom, they're quite obvious because they're like at an angle. I don't think that goes with this. I think that's an aerial piece. No. So yeah, I'll just push to try and get all these in. If you're all right with that, I'm just not doing very much talking, I'm afraid. Tucked away for dinner. How many frames tonight? I've done two and I'm well on my way to finishing the third. So it's going to be three done tonight, I think, Miranda. This is the third frame. Yeah, looking good. That's me done puzzling for tonight. Eyes getting heavy. Had a good couple of hours. Slipped away nicely at the frames. Chipped away, sorry. It's looking great, Vicky. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, I know I'm starting to feel the tiredness a bit now as well, Philip. So I think once I've done this one, I think that's a good night's puzzling under my belt. So I'm with you on that one. That these are angled the wrong way. I don't know what frame they belong to though. Again, I think they might be Little Mermaid. I'll stick them there. Wait a minute. Do these go that? I think they go that side. I'm just going to move this a little bit. I think I may have. I think this may belong to over here, but I'm not sure. Alright. So, where was I? There we go. I think I've got some over here. I can't really attach them yet, so I think I'm gonna have to wait till I've got that layer in a bit better. That one? No. That one. I think I'm even gonna have quite little sections of even the tiniest piece with this frame on. I think I'm gonna have filled in. Again, there's more there. They're angled the wrong way, so they must go at the top of the puzzle as opposed to the bottom. I think they might be aerials. Not certain this goes with this either. That there. All this, I don't really know about those. Mm, that one. That one. They belong to Mulan, so move those out of the way completely. Just there. Hmm. Don't know about that yet. Don't know that yet either. There's that side. Don't think I'll go out there. Sure if this goes here with that one. No, I don't think it does actually. I'm not sure about those. All that, come to think of it. Goes that side. That's one. That side. They're angled the wrong way again. Right, I'll need to confirm that, but I think they might go with Ariel, but that might be a good starting point for looking for her pieces. Wait a minute. There. I don't know if that goes with this one. I'm not sure if that one does either. This one goes down here. Right, so now there's just a whole bunch that goes up this side. So let's see. That one. Mm, Wait, maybe I can. As that goes with this. Use shape because there. That one. Nope. There. And no. What does that go? Oh, it goes there. And I don't think that goes with this. So I think that's it. I think a lot of these are. I think a lot of the ones I picked out for this are possibly Little Mermaid. I thought these were the Rose, but now I'm not so sure. They might be Bambi. So there we have it. Now, I'm afraid Mulan is sideways on, but just so you can see them, see how much bigger they are when they have frames around them. Oh, there, that goes like that. So this is all over the place, but that's roughly how this one goes, like that. I don't think that's bad going for a week. For a week's live stream. 3 frames, mostly done. This one very bitty, but this one really done, and this one really done. I'm pleased with that. Really pleased. What did you think? Did you enjoy that? Tired here too. I've entered the past midnight automatic puzzle state. The state sounds interesting. 750p's better than 1,001. Still have a lot of them to do. Sorry, calling it an early night. Back is aching from all bending I did while sorting my puzzle. Going to stretch for a bit. Good night, Vicky and chat. Good night, SS. Get your back sorted. I understand that. I'm going to do the same thing in a minute. Hope you sleep well. How many more frames do I have? I think there's 13 portraits. So there'll be what, 10 more? Um, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 portraits, yeah, and I've done 3 frames. So 10 more frames. But that's pretty good going, I think. I'm pleased with that. And I'm pleased with the sorting I did. I really feel like I haven't missed too much. More missing from this than I thought there would be. But again, I knew there'd probably be some of these corners missing. So it wasn't totally unsurprising. So that's a good week of puzzling, I think, on that one. But I definitely need to look into some bigger foam boards, I think, now. 10 more after this one, Cara. There are 13 portraits on each side. Yeah, that's the one. That's right. Got a friend reminded me of DeviantArt. So I found my old profile and had to look at all my emo favorites from high school. What did I miss? Well, that's it. I'm done. I'm done for the week. I've done the 3 frames, or at least I've used up all the pieces I could on them. So that's how I've done. That's how I've done this week. So it looks so lovely. Thank you. Really coming together. Good job. Thank you so much. I think the Tramp frame is really just as big as the picture is. Yeah, I know. The frame's humongous, but the picture looks tiny inside the frame. Looks fantastic. Thanks, Liza. So next week then, I mean, I showed you the sorting at the beginning. I have done a bunch of sorting, so I think it's going to be a case of these were my leftovers. What I think I'll do is just redeploy them into other piles that I've already done. I think they might belong to um Ariel. So what I'll probably do is another sort and try to find some of the gap pieces in these 3 and try to figure out where these leftovers go and just see if I can pick out some more patterns and things. I'm relatively certain that I'll work on aerials next week. Um, and I might do some more sorting based on like Pinocchio's and Pocahontas, maybe. I'll see. I can't quite figure out how it's going to go until I start looking through the pieces. But I'm hopeful now that I've got rid of a whole bunch that I can do a little bit more detailed sorting and get maybe another 2 or 3 frames um set aside to work on. Maybe even these ones. Try and do these ones and aerial or something like that. Um, I think that would be a good way to go, and then a bit of gap filling on this one. So yeah, I think that's going to be the way forward. I'm going to look into some bigger foam boards, see if I can get hold of any. I think that's going to be handy for this as these get bigger, and I'm dealing with bigger portions of puzzle. I think I'm going to need some bigger foam boards, but see what I can find anyway. So, thank you so much for joining me. Thanks for chatting away and watching me puzzle. It's, as always, a real pleasure. I just love it. I love Saturday nights. I love Thursdays. I love the live streams. It's just fun being with you all. So thank you so much. Don't forget tomorrow I have a video coming out on the full time lapse of the Piatnik 6,000 piece playing cards puzzle with close-ups. It's a fairly longish video for a time lapse, but I'm doing it as a premiere. So if you want to do some more chatting, just I mean, I'll be typing, I won't be live, but if you want to chat some more, 9 o'clock tomorrow, UK time, go and click on the notified button and notify me button and I'll see you all there. But otherwise, I'll see you next Thursday. Don't forget to vote for the Thursday stream puzzle as well. That's over in the posts tab. Um, but I'll wish you all happy puzzling and good night. Thank you so much, everyone. Bye bye.